Hey YouTube, I'm Ryan, and this is Jeremy from Tacoma Games. The Azituck Gunship's not out yet, but they've spoiled almost everything. Yeah, so we might as well talk about that. It's got 3 attack, 1 agility, 6 hull, 3 shield, focus, reinforce, and I guess a lot of people might not know how reinforce works because nobody.
No, it's mostly just an epic.
Yeah, it's just an epic thing. So it works. You normally reinforce your fore and your aft, and then every time you take an attack on that part of your ship, you get an extra evade result to add to your roll. Obviously, on fores and afts, so it's going to be working on its 180-degree fire arc. So it's either in arc, that's fore, out of arc is aft. Pretty neat. The dial's been entirely spoiled. I mean, because they just did the aggressor article, there was nothing in that.
No, not really.
This article's crazy. There's everything.
Yeah.
Dial's pretty comparable to a Houndstooth.
Very similar.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It doesn't have a K-turn, but...
No, yeah, and I think it's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad.
The 180 arc kind of makes up for its inability to turn around.
A bit. People are saying it's probably going to be okay, but... So it's got its green 1 banks, and then 1, 2, and 3 straight. That's all green. Other than that, it's exactly the same as the Houndstooth dial, except the 2 hards are white, and instead of a stop, it's got a 5 straight that's red.
Yeah, that's the only red on the dial.
It's the only red on the dial. But that stop is so good on the Houndstooth.
Yeah.
It really catches people off guard. It stalls your forward momentum, and this thing not having it. Granted, it's small base.
A stop on a small ship would be unique, to say the least.
Do any small ships have a stop yet?
No.
Does the Quadjumper have a stop?
No.
So the Quadjumper could go backwards.
Yes.
But it can't stop.
Nope.
Okay. All right. I see how you're going to be.
Don't ask about the logistics.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb. I guess it's going 4 straight 1 round, and then it rockets back 1.
The engines have to be on one way or another, so it can either go forward or backward. It just can't stop.
I hope they have
Makes parking very awkward.
I hope they have very good health insurance.
Yeah.
Because that's some whiplash.
And spaceship insurance, too.
Yeah. Anyway, the dial's completely adequate. It's not great.
No, it's not a TIE Defender, but...
Well, we were just talking about this before we started rolling. You have access to Kanan Jarrus.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all green, practically. If you need it to be.
If there's any reason for it to be, yeah.
All right. We're going to do the upgrade cards in there first, because those have the most broad appeal. You know, you might not fly this ship, but you probably want some of these cards. There's 3 that are already out that we already know about. Briefly run them down. Hull upgrade, 3 points, mod slot, 1 more hull point. Almost never used, kind of a terrible card. I don't think this is going to change it any.
Probably not.
Intimidation, 2-point elite pilot talent. When you're touching an enemy ship, reduce its agility by 1. Not bad. Underutilized. It really is kind of better on a big ship, though, because you can kind of clog things up better.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I remember I tried to use Intimidation a lot on Oiken, and it was always kind of hard. I think you kind of want like a high PS big ship, which sounds weird, because I'd always ram into them with Oiken, and then they'd move. And I'd use Intimidation on like 2 shots out of the entire game.
Yeah, on a high PS ship with like Zeb or something on it, you ram into him and you attack him with 1 less agility.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. Tactician, 2-point crew. When you perform an attack against an enemy inside your firing arc at range 2, that ship receives 1 stress token. This is kind of interesting because it's firing arc, and this thing's got 180, so that's a big fat.
It's a lot of
half
range
a donut.
Too.
Yeah, it's a lot of range too. That's not bad. I mean, I could see it being used on this thing, at least.
And you could throw vector thrusters or something on it to help you get into range 2.
Kind of jiggle around or whatever. Yeah. Okay, 3 new cards. Wookiee Commandos, 1 point, 2 crew slots, 1 attacking. You may re-roll your eyeball results.
I like this one. I think it might only be good on this ship, but 1 point it brings the lowest pilot skill guy up to 25.
I forgot to check. I think it's Rebel only.
I believe so.
What else could we... We could put it on this. We could put it on the Falcon.
You could put it on the Ghost.
Put it on the Ghost. I think that's about it.
I think so.
It's not bad. I mean, look, it's
1 point.
It's 1 point, and it's wired only different.
doesn't require you to be stressed.
But you don't get
but you do get 2 crew slots taken up. So,
yeah,
I mean,
it costs 2 crew slots. That kind of hurts, and that's instead of having to be stressed for Wired, right? Yeah. But Wired lets you roll your eyeballs on defense too.
This is true.
I mean, I don't know. I pretty much won a tournament on the back of Wired. It's a good card, and I think for 1 point, I mean, really, I see it for this. If you're flying a Ghost or you're flying a Falcon, you're going to want to invest more points than that.
Yeah.
So this is for like...
It's a small ship, so for 25 points, you can field this guy with 9 hit points. I mean...
Yeah, that's not bad.
Just throw 4 of them on the table, and there's 36 hit points and
it's not
a whole
great,
bunch of dice.
But it's not bad. I guess that's probably about all we got to say about that.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Not bad. Selflessness. 1 point elite pilot talent. When a friendly ship at range 1 is hit by an attack, you may discard this card to suffer all uncancelled hit results instead of the targeted ship. I don't like it.
It's probably not playable, but it's interesting. I mean, if it saves one of your more fragile ships from getting one shot.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. We'll get to it. This whole stupid thing seems like it's kind of just built around keeping Biggs alive.
Yeah.
I mean, between this and one of the pilots, which we'll get to the pilots later, it's just a bunch of stuff like, oh, keep your buddy alive, and Biggs is already kind of a pain.
I mean, they're Wookiees. They got a life debt to pay.
I guess so.
It's their job.
I guess so.
Most of the Wookiee cards we've seen so far have all involved preventing damage or something like that along. So
yeah. Well,
because Chewie discards a face-up damage card and gives you a shield.
Yeah.
His pilot card flips damage cards face down.
Yeah. He doesn't resolve his own crits. He just flips them face down.
He gets angry when you blow up other ships.
That's actually a really good pilot ability. Old Chewie's actually really good. It's kind of hard to work him into a list, but
yeah, it's a little cost inefficient.
Yeah, but it's solid. It's a tank of a ship.
It's a good ability.
Yeah. Anyway, so selflessness, I'm not crazy about it. There'll probably be... There's definitely going to be lists you could work him into. It's not my style, personally.
Yeah, probably not. I'm sure I'll fret around with trying to squeeze it into a list, but it's not likely.
Yeah. Well, you do fly Biggs currently.
I do. So
granted, your list is what? It's Corrin, Ahsoka, Biggs. There's no room for that APT on that list. Which is the other thing I kind of go to.
Conceivably replace Ahsoka, but I don't know if it would be worth replacing Ahsoka.
Yeah.
She works out to about 25, 26 points.
Yeah. And if you did replace her... I don't know what to replace her with. Actually, if I did replace her, I'd probably drop her down to a Rex.
I don't think Rex is really...
Rex doesn't have an EPT, does he?
No.
I would say, because that might be halfway decent if you could take, like, a couple damage for Biggs here and there. When he's already... His ability's about essentially keeping Biggs alive in the first place.
It's true.
Anyway. Last new upgrade card, Breach Specialists. 1 point crew. When you're dealt a face-up damage card, you may spend 1 reinforced token to flip it face down. If you do, until the end of the round, when you're dealt a face-up damage card, flip it face down without resolving its effect. So, spend a reinforced token, no crits for the round. Not bad. Only this ship and I guess a couple of the epic ships that have crew slots and, crew and team.
It's an interesting ability. I mean, it's kind of like old Chewie's pilot ability.
Yeah.
If we see more ships that get reinforced, or maybe something that lets you give reinforce to a ship, although that's probably not going to happen.
And I don't know.
Because if the Ghost could reinforce, I mean...
Whether or not we see another ship with a reinforced token is... I mean, we got mobile firing arcs. Like, if we see more of those, and we didn't. And we get, ships with different fore and aft arc power levels, and then we didn't. So, I mean, who knows whether we'll ever see another small ship with a reinforce action.
Yeah, I mean, it's not likely.
But it's okay.
It's an interesting ability, and it's again, 1 point.
What I do like about this, from a game design perspective, is it's kind of like it's a hard choice to make.
Yeah, because you're giving up an evade on every other attack incoming.
Yeah, in exchange for flipping down a bunch of... It says, when you're dealt... So you can look at the card first.
Yeah.
So that helps, but it is a hard decision. Do I get rid of my reinforced token? And of course, if you take a crit on the last shot you're going to take for the round, you just do this.
Unless, of course, you have like a major hull breach or something, all your damage cards are being dealt face up anyway.
And it's 1 point.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
No.
That's not bad.
I think loading out one of these guys might be more costly than you want it to be, so throwing a bunch of 1-point upgrades on him is pretty cheap.
Yeah, I think these pilots get really expensive really fast, especially without a K-turn. Like, right away you're going to want to put an engine upgrade on there to try to haul its slug ass around. That's 4 points. That's rough.
Yeah, well, like I said, the highest pilot, Wolf
30 points.
I looked into decking him out. He's 43 points.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
That's a lot. That's
almost
ship.
core and horn.
Yeah. Let's get to the pilots. So, Kashyyyk Defenders first up, 24 points, pilot skill 1, no elite pilot talent, no ability, bare bones generic, 24 points. You put 4 of them in the list with the Wookiee Commandos, re-rolling your eyeballs. It's not bad. I mean, that's 36 hit points and
12 plus dice with re-rolls.
It's not bad.
No, it's pretty good.
And, I mean, that you'd be able to reinforce and still have some dice modification on offense. It's not great, but I mean,
in the meta we're in right now with Dengar Tell all over the place, they'd probably not be able to take one out in the first round of combat. So,
well, with a reinforced token, they wouldn't be able to.
Yeah,
unless
they got some really awesome crits through.
Yeah, if they pick up their dice, if the second one issue picks up his dice and rolls nothing but crits, and you get a bunch of direct hits out, yeah, you could theoretically, but statistically, no, they can't kill him one round.
Yeah.
And then you throw 12 dice back. And 2 evades back. You at least put a good dent.
You definitely strip all the shields off of somebody.
Probably. Yeah, not bad. The only card from the entire set that's not been spoiled is the next generic. It's Wookiee something or other. We don't have the point cost. We don't know if it's got an EPT, but we know it's pilot skill 3. So they gave us another generic. Hopefully they don't do the Rebel thing. You know, the Rebel thing where, like, here's 2 generics, neither of them an EPT, and then why would I ever fly the PS3 one?
Yeah, but
it's not worth
the same argument. The contracted scout has an EPT, and how miserable has that been?
Well,
so
that's
they
miserable.
Might not do that.
But, like, the Rebel thing specifically is they give you two generics, neither of them has an EPT.
And this one will be like 26 points.
You never use the other one.
No, you're never going to use it.
Why would you ever use him?
You wouldn't.
So hopefully it has an EPT, because then he'd be... I mean, more likely to show up in a table, because if they're both no EPTs, you're never going to fly him.
No.
2 more PS, it doesn't make a lick of difference. You might as well be using the 1. Save your points. First name pilot, Lowrick. It's a Wookiee name. It's Lowrick. Whatever, we're going to go with it. 28 points, PS5. He does have an EPT.
Yeah.
And when another ship at range 1 is defending, you can spend 1 reinforced token. If you do, the defender adds 1 evade result.
It's pretty good.
It's really good for bigs.
Yeah, and if you're not worried about taking a shot, then that's just a free evade for a friendly ship.
Yeah, like I said, if this is the last shot of the round, you might as well go for it.
Yeah.
And you're probably going to be taking a reinforce with this ship anyway.
Pretty consistently, yeah.
It's just, it's super good.
It is really good, and if you stick Rey in one of the crew slots, you just
can
pile
still
a
have
bunch of focus tokens.
Yeah, not bad. Definitely help keep bigs alive. There's a lot of things that help keep bigs alive. I did check, though, just for my own sake. You can't fit Kanan, Lowrick, Captain Rex, and Biggs in the same list. So that's good, because that's too much. We can't have that. That's stupid.
It would make for some long games.
It would make for boring games.
Also, yes.
Boring games. Not bad. He'll probably see some use.
I'll try to fly him once. I have to.
Yeah.
It's my obligation.
Yeah. Last name pilot, Wolforo. He's a Wookiee. I'm trying. We're going to have the card up, so you'll be able to read it yourself. 30 points. A little steep.
A little bit.
I mean, that's practically Poe Dameron.
Yeah.
PS7, he does have an EPT, but when attacking, if you have no shields and at least 1 damage card assigned to you, you may roll 1 additional dice. So, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's 5 dice at range 1, you can get it higher. The 43-point build I mentioned earlier involved Finn and Lone Wolf and Ray to chuck 6 dice at range 1 with modification.
Yeah. I was just about to say, I think I would, like, rather than Ray, I think I'd just put, push the limit in Kanan.
Maybe.
But it's only got 2 actions. It only has a focus and a reinforce. So, I mean, I guess you could reliably take those 2 actions every round. Well, you put an engine upgrade on it, too, so that...
Yeah, an engine upgrade.
That's something else for it to do. But yeah, it doesn't have a target lock, which is kind of a bummer. You don't really have...
Well, they're Wookiees. They don't really have good computers.
You could put a targeting computer on it.
Yeah. I guess if you're going to load it out like that.
I get nervous picking up all those dice and not being able to re-roll them. Focus tokens are nice and all, but I've been burned too many times by picking up 4 or 5 dice and putting down 2 hits and just staring at them going, well, I guess that's it. I guess that's all I got. That sucks. That's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah, I mean, you could run them alongside something with, was it M9G8 that lets you...
Yeah, M9G8 or, I guess you could fly him with... Because with Shara Bay, he could still use her target locks, couldn't he?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be too bad. Yeah. I think Wolfwaro,
yeah. It's about as simple as you get, frankly.
Yeah.
Okay, as far as Wookiees
it's better than Lohrich.
Yes.
I don't even know. 2 H's in a row. What do you do with that? I think he's going to be the one who's going to see the most play. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like how Zuckuss is... I mean, that's like the only guy you ever see on a G1A, practically. So...
Yeah, and sometimes he might just avoid taking shots because people are afraid to put damage on him.
Yeah, that's actually interesting.
You get a little bit of damage mitigation just because they don't want him rolling that extra die.
You probably wouldn't want him to fly with Biggs.
Perhaps not.
Huh. You did bring up an interesting point.
Unless you put selflessness on him.
Well, yeah.
Because then you can take the damage that Biggs would have taken and died.
Yeah.
And...
Yeah, maybe.
He can use his ability.
Maybe. He's got 3 shields, so he's going to take a total of 4 damage.
Yeah. But that's massive damage for Biggs.
Yeah. Yeah. Not bad. He's definitely going to be the one who sees the most play, I think. Well, actually, as long as Biggs remains unchanged, I guess Lowrick's probably going to see...
I think they'd both be pretty good alongside him, so really I guess it depends on what you want your 3rd ship to be.
You said both alongside him? Because you could fit all,
you could
3
put
of those in a list.
Yeah.
And what I guess you have Lowrick passing his reinforced token off to Biggs. You put, Selflessness on? Selflessness is only once, though.
But it's 1 point, and you keep Biggs from dying. You activate Wolfwaro's ability.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think it would win you a tournament.
Probably not, but it would be fun.
It'd be a fun list to fly.
Yeah, I'll probably do it.
Yeah,
I can shamelessly admit that.
Yeah, not bad. Do we talk? Well, I don't think we have. I think we skipped the mods. Yeah, so it has a mod slot, 2 crew slots, maybe an EPT depending on the pilot. Pretty light. Could get pretty expensive.
Yeah. You can go both ways with it, depending on what else you want to fly on your list.
How expensive could you?
You can get it around 45 points for Wolfwaro, depending on what you put
functionally,
on it.
You're looking at, Finn and Ray, or maybe Finn and Kanan, depending on what you're doing.
Yeah, so that's 7 or 8 points. Finn is good.
Because you got 180-degree arc. That's really good. Shame you don't have any way to re-roll. Oh, Finn's less good.
Well, you can put Predator or Lone Wolf, and that gives you rerolls. And Lone Wolf gives you rerolls on defense, too.
Predator's probably the better of the 2.
Yeah, but Lone Wolf lets you reroll his blank on defense.
Yeah.
So you've got 2 defense dice, too. Plus your reinforce.
I just think that since it can't stop, and it doesn't have a K turn, I think you're going to just sort of naturally gravitate centerwards throughout the course of a fight.
Probably.
You're probably going to have more... Probably going to end up long-term more rounds where Lone Wolf isn't active than what it is, unless your whole other list is essentially based around being away from him.
If you're going to load him out like that, you fly him alongside Dash, and Dash works his way around the outside of the board while he works his way around the inside.
Yeah, you could probably do that. Except the current cheap Dash is a Lone Wolf Dash 2, and you can only Lone Wolf one of them.
This is true.
Yeah. Anyway, overall, not a bad ship. It'll be out 2 months, allegedly.
September-ish, I believe.
It's Fantasy Flight. It'll be out when it's out, right? Yeah. I mean...
Third quarter.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Looks good, though. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. We would do one for the Aggressor, except there's nothing to talk about because it didn't really spoil anything. But hopefully, they should have the Havoc article out.
Probably the next couple weeks.
We were expecting it this week, but instead they just did a Jabba the Hutt featurette. No, last week was that.
Last week, yeah.
This week's this, so maybe next week. And if they spoil a bunch of crap, we'll end up talking about that too. If not, you guys will have to wait for the unboxing. So there's no point talking about the Aggressor.
No, it's a Y-Wing.
Yeah, it's a Y-Wing. The most interesting card in the whole thing is that weird 2-missile slot missile it comes with. But other than that, it's like, look, it's got a turret, it comes with TLT, do what comes natural.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty boring.
Now everybody can fly 4 TLTs.
I hate this game. All right, I'm Ryan. This is Jeremy, Tacoma Games. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.